bouncing back to accountability. And in my world, oh boy, I'm a preacher of accountability. Break that down in the construction vernacular. That what are you talking about accountability?
Yeah. Well, I think before you get to accountability, there's a step that comes before that, and that's delegation. And so to be effective when it comes to delegation, three things must be in place. First, you must be clear about the task that you are delegating. And that's one of the challenges with high performers, is because many of the tasks that they do instinctively. They do based on their experience. And therefore, when they do delegate, they're often unclear about the task itself because they miss out on many of the steps that they do unconsciously. And so if I'm going to delegate effectively, I must first be very clear on what it is that I'm delegating. And one of the best ways to do that is just to write out step by step what it is that I want someone to do. Then once I'm clear, I have to then ask the person I'm delegating to, are they capable of doing this task? It would be unwise and unfair to delegate a task to someone who doesn't have the training or the capability to do the task, the competency. And so I must be very diligent and conscientious in teaching my people how to do the tasks that I'm delegating to them. And then the third question I must ask is, do they have the capacity? In other words, the bandwidth. Because many times we delegate to people and they say, yes, I'll take on the task. But because we've already delegated to them a bunch of other stuff, they don't have the capacity to do the task well. And the return that I get from the delegation is not optimal. So assuming that I've delegated correctly with the clarity, the capability, and the capacity, then I've earned the right to hold someone accountable. And accountability is tremendously simple, but it's not easy because I have to get over the discomfort that I might have of holding someone accountable because of potential conflict. The other person has to get over the discomfort they may have of being held accountable. And so an accountable conversation can be tremendously simple. I just go to the person and I say, did you do it? If not, why not? How can I help? Very straightforward. Try and remove the emotion from it. Try and keep people accountable on a consistent basis, because that keeps from the, it avoids the buildup of issues that occurs if we allow time to pass. And just be tremendously consistent in having those simple, straightforward, direct conversations. And the more direct you can be, the more progress you can make. Because if you're not direct, if you're indirect, if you're suggestive, if you're not very straightforward with people, it can leave ambiguity, gray areas. And as a result of that, there can be a lack of productivity and a lack of effectiveness.